Mayflower for kids is our big topic today, Maxine. So, quick question. If you had to travel across the ocean for more than 2 months but could only bring one snack, what would it be?
Easy. A giant tub of cheese puffs, big enough to use as a pillow, crunch naps for days.
Terrifying! Anyway, today we're diving into interesting facts about the Mayflower, the real ship that carried 102 passengers in 1620 on a rough 66-day trip across the Atlantic.
I always thought the Mayflower was just some old boat from a poster.
Oh no, this ship sailed through storms the size of your homework pile. Tiny ship, giant journey.
Okay, that's actually impressive.
It is! Let's rewind. The Pilgrims were English people who wanted religious freedom. They first moved to the Netherlands, but life there wasn't easy, so they planned a new beginning across the ocean.
So they were like, we're starting fresh, let's go.
Exactly. They boarded the Mayflower, which was crowded, smelly, and about as comfortable as your whole class trying to fit through one tiny doorway at once.
I complain when my bus is full. I would not survive that trip.
And imagine this. No bathrooms, no comfy rooms, and waves taller than your school.
How did they deal with food on the ship?
Good setup, because here comes our first question.
Hit them with it!
Multiple choice time. How did people keep meat from going bad on long sea trips in 1620? A. By putting it in freezers. B. By salting or smoking it. C. By ordering takeout. The answer is B. By salting or smoking it. No refrigerators back then.
Salty meat for 2 months? I would have cried.
Now, fun fact. The Mayflower wasn't even meant for passengers. It was a cargo ship, a floating delivery truck of the 1600s.
So the Pilgrims basically hitchhiked across the ocean?
Pretty much. And they lived in the between deck, a dark, cramped space only about 5 feet tall. Most adults couldn't even stand up straight.
2 months hunched over? My back hurts just thinking about it.
Seasickness was constant too. Imagine trying to sleep while the floor rocks like a wild roller coaster.
I can't even sleep when my cat moves. That sounds miserable.
They also hit several huge storms. One storm was so strong it cracked one of the main support beams.
The ship cracked? How did they fix that?
They used a giant screw they brought for building houses later. Good thing they packed it!
That's like accidentally packing a giant Lego piece and it ends up saving your whole life.
Another fact. There were animals on board like goats, pigs, and chickens.
Those goats must have been like, why is the floor moving?
Definitely confused goats. And here comes question number 2.
Bring it.
Which of these animals was commonly brought on long sea voyages for food and supplies? A. Elephants. B. Goats and chickens. C. Pet parrots doing comedy shows. The answer is B. Goats and chickens. Elephants would have sunk the ship.
That would have been one dramatic voyage.
Now here's another important fact. The Pilgrims never reached their original destination. They were aiming for Virginia, but storms pushed them north to present-day Massachusetts.
So their GPS was basically like, nope, turning left instead.
Exactly. Once they arrived, they created the Mayflower Compact, a set of rules to help everyone work together.
Basically, the first group project rules.
Exactly right. Question number 3 coming in.
I love these.
The Mayflower Compact was created to A. Decide who had the best handwriting. B. Set rules so everyone worked together fairly. Or C. Choose what colour to paint the ship. The answer is B. To set rules for fairness and cooperation.
Good thing they didn't waste time painting the ship.
Another interesting detail. Only one baby was born during the voyage. Oceanus Hopkins.
That baby's first lullaby was literally ocean waves.
When the Pilgrims finally reached land, they were exhausted but ready to build a new life at Plymouth.
Okay, question time?
You know it! Question 4. How long was the Mayflower? A. 90 feet, B. 900 feet, or C. 1 million feet? The answer is A. 90 feet, smaller than a modern house for over 100 people.
That's way too crowded. No thank you.
And after dropping everyone off, the Mayflower actually sailed back to England the next year and never returned to America.
One big trip and done. I respect that.
Another thing students always ask, how did the Pilgrims know where they were going with no maps like ours?
Good question. How did they?
They used a compass, charts, and the stars to navigate. Ready for our final question?
Let's do it.
Question 5. How did sailors in 1620 find direction at sea? A. Using GPS on their phones. B. By following stars and using a compass. Or C. Shouting, "Which way is America?" really loudly. The answer is B. Following stars and using a compass. No phones back then.
Imagine yelling directions across the ocean.
The Mayflower journey is remembered because the passengers showed determination, teamwork, and bravery. Their journey shaped the start of the Plymouth colony.
And they made that huge trip with no bathrooms, no snacks, and no comfy beds. They were tougher than I will ever be.
Same here, but their journey reminds us that big goals take courage and cooperation.
And goats. Can't forget the goats.
Maxine!
What? The goats were a part of the story.
True. Kids, the next time you hear about the Mayflower, remember, it wasn't just a ship. It was a cramped, seasick, storm-surviving adventure carrying people who risked everything for a new start.
Salute to the Mayflower, the ship that powered through it all.
And salute to everyone watching. Keep learning, keep exploring, and keep being curious.
Because history is way cooler than it looks on posters.
See you next time.